Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel in beautiful rainy Tennessee. We're here at Dale Hollow Lake. I've had a busy day today. I had a lie detector test. I was randomly chosen for the polygraph test, passed with flying colors, then had to go do some Bridgeford promotions in a couple of different cities around the area, which entailed a lot of driving because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. And one of the things I did while I was out for Bridgeford is I stopped at a couple bait shops. So I'm bringing back an edition of local lures. Now I got to tell you, I was really excited to come here and hit some tackle shops because this area is pretty well known for tackle, and it's one of the places that the float and fly was developed. And I love my little hair jigs. It's really a bait that works very well on smallmouth up north. And because of that, I was really excited to come here. Now, having said that, we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the tackle shops were so-so. And I wasn't able to get a big boatload of things that I was hoping to get. But we do have some items here that I felt like I'd talk about. I'm sitting under a little balcony, or standing here on a balcony under the house, because as I was getting ready to do this, it started raining. So bear with me. Hopefully it sounds all right. I did actually get this little trusty microphone, so hopefully that takes away some of the wind and other sound effects and it sounds good. Let me know in the comment section if it does sound good. All right, so let's talk a little bit here. I really am a big fan of hair jigs, like I said. One of the shops I went to had some flies that were called the Killer Fly, and I bought the whole 6 of them. I don't know why the guy at the counter ripped the card. I was hoping to have them in one piece so I could hang them on my board. I can tape it when I get home. But so these are just some really nice little sickle cell hook hair jigs made by the Killer Fly company. I don't know where they're located specifically, but I'm willing to bet that they are local. Nice product. These are the 16th ounce ones. These are made for the float and fly. Real standard color. That sexy shad color is a very popular color to use on a float and fly. It's got a nice little sickle cell hook, nice little bullet head, 90-degree jig head. These will catch fish for me for sure. Overall, just the only flies I could find. The Killer Fly company was the only flies that the store had. They had a couple of different colors. They had white ones, they had some black ones, and then they had the sexy shad. And I went with the sexy shad because, to me, those are just some pretty ones, and I'm looking forward to using those. So that's the first one we found. Another one, not necessarily what I would say for bass, because it actually says these are for bluegill, but it gives me some ideas to try for bass. So this is the Knothead Tackle Company. This is what they call their little skunk. So they're based out of Seymour, Indiana. It's knotheadtackle.com. The cool thing with these, so this says it's designed by Tar Heels for you all to fish with. Knothead Tackle, tie one on. Says killer for bedding bream. So I thought this was a pretty cool little thing. I haven't seen this before. This is called the Little Skunk. As you can see, a little black and white. So it's just a little slightly weighted little jig head design. But then they've got on here like a teaser. It's a separate hook, swinging free, that's tied with black marabou. So it's a little swinging, it almost looks like an ice fishing jig with a tiny little marabou jig head. But this really had me thinking about maybe trying to build something a little bit bigger for smallmouth. This was the biggest size they had. I bought a couple of them. Just got hit by a bug in the head. Just a unique design. I've never seen anything like this before, but I don't know why I couldn't do something on a little bit bigger, grander scale for bass. And I'll be really curious just to use it for bluegill too. I'll probably give it to Hank and Duke to go out and see if they catch some, and I'd be willing to bet that they catch a pile of them that come and bite the teaser. Just cool. I thought it was unique. I've never seen anything like that. Again, I don't do a ton of bluegill bait buying, so from that standpoint, maybe there are a lot of these, but I haven't seen it before. So that's a knothead tackle. That was a pretty cool little thing. Then we've got, everything's getting wet here. So this is a local tackle company in Kentucky called Twin Lakes Tackle. It's Facebook. You can go to Twin Lakes Tackle, and everything they make is custom floating plastics, all made in their shop. And they've got a bunch of different designs. This is one I picked up. It's just a craw design. Nice, well-made bait. It does feel like a little bit different material. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't necessarily... It feels like a harder plastic, but it almost feels light in itself. So I'm not sure what they use from a floating material standpoint. But I thought it was cool. I thought it would be worth picking up. They had a bunch of different plastic designs. So I picked up a bag of the craws to take home. This is the black and blue bait. It's their mud bug design. Twin Lakes, you can see it's getting wet from being out here. They got a phone number on there for you in the Facebook link. I'll put the links to each one of these companies on the video description so that you can see it. I'm getting dripped on here. My Striker adrenaline suit, a good plug for Striker adrenaline suits. They keep me dry during this wet week here in Tennessee. All right, so the last one we're going to talk about is more of a mainstream bait. You hear me talk about it on the channel a lot, but I wanted to touch base on it and talk about it a little bit, and that's this guy right here. This is the Silver Buddy. It's made in Russell Springs, Kentucky, so not too far away. This is the OG of blade baits. Now, I do think it's been through several owners. I really do like these. I like the old ones as well. This is the half-ounce model. This is the one that you can't go wrong with. Pretty much works from depths super deep to super, not super shallow, but say if you want to fish it down a 45-degree bank, fish it all the way down to 50 feet of water, you can throw it. But the Silver Buddy is the original blade bait. In my opinion, it really kind of was started in this area with tons of big bass being caught on both Dale Hollow and Cumberland. A lot of the local guides used to throw these religiously. Shows Buddy Banks on here. I believe Billy Westmoreland for a while, who's a famous longtime smallmouth guide, was affiliated with him. But it's not just a smallmouth bait. This is probably one of the best all-around fish catching baits out there. I catch a ton of walleye on it. I catch a ton of pike. I've caught some big muskie on it. Generally speaking, if you're fishing in the cold water periods, it is a bait that generates a lot of strikes. It's one of my absolute favorite. And I saw it in the shop and I'm like, I got to pick that up because they are made in Kentucky, in the area. And it's just basically where they were created. And you don't normally see them that much in shops. When I buy them, I tend to have to buy them, off Tackle Warehouse or something like that, because most stores do not carry them. Around here, it's kind of a staple. So you got to have some Silver Buddies. If you haven't tried the Silver Buddy, I highly recommend it. It's actually probably one of my all-time favorite baits, just from a sentimental opinion, as well as just being like a really good fish catcher. The back of it says, those old Kentucky boys who have been filling their stringers with bass, walleye, stripers, and just about anything that swims have finally decided to share their greatest fishing secret with the rest of the world. It's that hunk of iron called the Silver Buddy. Well, that hunk of iron is a fish catcher. Really easy bait to use. Just a lot of fun to use. So that's what I found at the 2 tackle stores I hit. I'm telling you guys, I've tried to do local lures at my first 2 events as well. And it's becoming harder and harder to find kind of custom baits. I think there's probably a lot of tackle shops that just are using their distributors and carrying the more mainstream stuff, and it's getting hard to find custom stuff. But as long as I can still find some locally made lures, I'm gonna share them with you. I love doing local lures, and hopefully you enjoy it too. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow for you.